I mentioned that this week I visited T.C. Williams High School where teachers were getting their vaccine shots. It gave me a lot of optimism. I know that parents and teachers and students are eager to get back to the classroom. We all want to reopen schools safely and the right way. I know that parents and teachers are concerned about the long-term effects of virtual learning on children. You're worried that they're not doing as well in the classes, and they miss their friends and they miss their routines. In the long term, we need to look at adjusting our school calendar and the probability of schools operating year-round to make up for some of this time. But in the short term, all of our school divisions need to be making plans for how to reopen schools. It's not going to happen next week, but I want our schools to come from this starting point. How do we get schools open safely? Schools are places where we can do all of the mitigation measures easily. Social distancing, mask wearing, and cleaning. And while getting everyone vaccinated, it's not necessary to reopen schools. It will make it a lot easier. So later this afternoon, the Department of Education is issuing new guidance to our local school divisions. The emphasis will change. Instead of schools should be closed, we're going to approach it from the starting point of schools need to be open, and here are the ways to do that safely. The guidance will lay out a pathway, including how to use mitigation measures in school buildings and how to prioritize students. For example, students with disabilities are those for whom English is a second language. Every school division will have to decide what works best for it, working with the local health department. I know all of Virginia shares the goal of getting our children back to school. I'd like to introduce a couple of our friends. First, PTA President Donna Colombo, and then Virginia Education Association President James Fetterman, to talk about what this means for parents and for our teachers. Thank you all both for being here. Donna, if you could join us, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Governor, and I thank you for the opportunity to be part of a very valuable group of leaders in education and in our Commonwealth. Virginia PTA leaders across the Commonwealth have continued to be engaged with our families, our students, and our teachers over the past 10 months, and we will continue to do so as we support decisions that we feel are the best for all of us. We will share the updated guidance that is being shared through the VDOE channels, as we know that the guidance that is being shared is what is best for the safety and health of all of our families. What Virginia PTA wants is what we all want, a return to schools when our teachers are safe and when our families feel safe. We know that the vaccine is here and with a plan is available. The guidance that the VDOE, the Department of Health, and the Governor's Office includes data on a variety of tools, but when it comes down to it, we are all fighting for the same thing, the opportunity to help everyone. This is not just a Virginia coronavirus. This is worldwide, and Virginia PTA continues to provide support, share guidance, consult with national PTA and state partners, and that also includes supporting the Governor's budget that we know will help all of our children, beginning with our youngest, our granddaughter Sophia, your fifth grader, your high schooler, your college student, your student that has taken a gap year or looking for that trade job to support his or her future, the teachers and staff that are truly the heroes of our children. We all know that last year wasn't what any of us expected. As we move ahead, we encourage you to continue to follow the guidance that is provided. Reach out to your schools and your PTAs, and remember that our families and communities support our students and teachers. We all want what is best for them, as well as everyone that has been affected by the coronavirus, everyone that has been affected by economic struggles, and we all need to help each other make this new year a healthy, positive, and productive one. On behalf of Virginia PTA, thank you for the opportunity to speak today, and be safe.
Thank you so much, Don.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. First, I want to make one thing very clear. Teachers and school support staff want with all their hearts to be back in their classrooms and their buses in every school division in this great Commonwealth. That is who we are. That is literally what we signed up for. Everyone, school division employees, parents, and community members and state officials have done an unbelievable job coping with this unprecedented challenge of this global pandemic that has killed more than 380,000 Americans. We will get back to in-person instruction everywhere. The real question is, when will we have completed the action to make in-person learning safe? We get all of our educators vaccinated and put in the necessary processes for social distancing, PPE, reporting of cases, and so on. And everyone must do their part in the schools and, just as importantly, at home and around their communities to minimize the spread of the virus. If you are anywhere indoors and you're not wearing a mask, you're not helping us to reopen our schools to in-person learning. We all must do our part. Last week, the VEA recommended that all lessons remain virtual until each of our educators are vaccinated, and we are heartened that this process has started. What we are experiencing is an historic health crisis, and we need to make sure that the health and safety of our students, their families and communities, and our educators is our top priority. Simply put, school buildings are not the place to be while this virus surges and health professionals struggle to save lives. Across the Commonwealth, our local school union leaders are engaging with their respective schools and health officials and are working to be a part of the solution to this crisis. I commend the localities where educators are already being vaccinated and where provisions are being made to make sure that the schools are safe places to be where we all want them to be. The 40,000 members of the Virginia Education Association will continue to work constructively to safely get our students and educators back into the classrooms. Thank you for the opportunity to share, and I am a proud COVID survivor.